Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Sunday, November 12th, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I remember to tune into the power of energies unseen. And today we have the moon in Virgo. Moon in Virgo loves to highlight the energy of reality, but that's if we're kind of stuck in one of the, I want to say lower forms of Virgo, but one of the forms of Virgo that's still looking for some of the wholeness, because the wholeness of experience is the reality that there is so much that goes on in our reality that is unseen. And often we get caught up in just what we can see, that which is tangible, that which we can touch, that which we know. And when we get stuck in that, we miss a lot of what's going on. And that's really the focus of the astro today and my message that came through. I was like, this astro seems pretty simple. And then this message came through and I was like, oh, wow, okay. So we have the moon in Virgo, like I said. And this moon in Virgo is making some square connections, square and oppositional connections. It's actually leading to a bit of a T-square. So a T-square in mutable signs is much like a cross, grand cross, or a grand cross in mutable signs. It can feel a little bit like, I'm not really sure which way I'm going to go. So we have the moon in Virgo, we have Mercury in Sagittarius, and then we have Neptune in Pisces, all interacting in this T-square energy. And, you know, it's good energy because moon in Virgo is like, okay, reality, what am I feeling in my body? That's a big point in getting in touch with, like, beyond what you see, what are you actually feeling in your body? What's going on in your body? My body is one of my best tools of discernment. So I really encourage you, tune into your body. Beyond what I'm seeing, beyond what I'm smelling, beyond what I'm tasting, touching, what messages is my body getting? So tuning into that with the moon in Virgo. Mercury in Sagittarius, the philosopher. Now my message for Mercury in Sagittarius really is on, like, belief, focusing, finding a champion, focusing on something good to help bring you forward. But Mercury in Sagittarius can go either way. It can have such an open mind where Mercury's like, and this thing may be true, and this thing may be true, and this thing may be true, or it can be shut down and like, this is the truth, and this is the only thing that's true ever, and nothing else in the whole entire world will ever be true except this truth. I encourage more, a little bit more, of the like, could this be true? I don't really know. I also encourage it to a degree because that can also go to an extreme, you know, balance in all things. So we have this, tuning into our body, then philosophizing the information, going through it, is it true, is it not true? And then we have Neptune over here. Neptune can bring the fogs of illusion, the fogs of confusion, or it can be pinpoint us straight to spiritual truth. Now that connection is at 11 degrees, that mastery energy that we keep talking about. And we did have this Yod focusing on Neptune this week. So here's this other Neptune focus in it. There is going to be, I believe, some spiritual truths revealed. Don't get caught up in the illusion. Don't get pulled too far this way. This is the only truth, or everything is truth. Let's not be in either of those extremes. Find your personal balance. And I think that part of the key will be listening and going into discernment in and through your body. Now, the other thing that's happening today that's so interesting is the moon will be trining Pluto. And so Pluto's in Capricorn. So these are really grounding energies. But this is where the message like really solidified. Because, you know, grounded energy, again, tunes us into like reality, what's going on in front of us. And I think reality and getting caught so much in what is one of the most confusing things that we can ever do. I remember I think it was when I was learning sound healing once upon a time. There was a chart that was given to us that was like, this is the portion of what you see in the world that's going on. And this is the portion of what you don't see that's going on in the world. And I don't mean like you don't see it because you're in your house with your door closed. No, these are things unseen, like microwave waves and, you know, all these waves, all these energies that we don't see. There is so much going on, and yet we are so trapped by our senses. We are so trapped by reality. Is it important to notice reality and be in tune with it? Yes. We have to notice like what's going on. And yet at the same time, we have to realize that so much of how we notice and what we notice is filtered through our own lenses, and that there is stuff going beyond. And that's when we do have to tune in deeper. And so this is part of the message. You know, part of getting into this foundational energy is realizing and remembering that. And in doing so, you'll empower yourself. And that's the energy mantra today. I tune into the power of the energies unseen. There is power in that, but it has to be nurtured. And you have to experience in order to dig into it. But I think that's an important little shift that we can all make. Another thing that's happening today, we actually have Pluto today finally connecting with Juno. I talked about this earlier this week in regards to relationship. Juno is an asteroid that represents especially marriage relationships, partnerships. With this Pluto connection, there is some transformation happening. This connection is happening at 17 degrees. That is 8 energy. So this is responsibility and how are you showing up? And there may be a little shift like, oh wait, I haven't been showing up empowered. I have not been showing up true to myself. And this is the opportunity to just shift that. Notice it and then begin. Like, how will I show up empowered? And start showing up in that way in your partnerships, in your relationships. Okay, one last thing. Sun connecting to the moon. Sun in Scorpio connecting to moon in Virgo. That's 20 degrees. I said this weekend is a great weekend for internal or external work. To me, this is like 20 degrees. That's a 2. That's nurturing. Some internal nurturing time. What do you need? What's surfacing for you? What is your body asking for at this time? Please give in and listen to it, because that will be oh so supportive and oh so healing for you. All right. Oh my God, look at these cards. I really didn't look at them, but I pulled them and I was like, cool cards. Okay. Harmony and transformation. This may be in regards to that thing that I just said about the Juno and Pluto energy. There may be a little bit of imbalance. There may be a little disharmony in your relationship. And this disharmony is coming because you're disharmonious in yourself, because you aren't showing up true to yourself. We just had that big connection with Uranus and Saturn, and they're moving apart now, but still they're working together. So there still is this time to break through. If you are feeling that disharmony within yourself, you could blame the other. You could blame your partner. Or you could do the phoenix work, the transformation work, and bloom in and of yourself. Bring healing to yourself. Notice where you may be emotionally unfulfilling yourself, or not showing up in your truth, not showing up for yourself, not giving yourself the love that you really desire. But here's your opportunity to bloom. Look at these cards, like healing, beautiful growth in and through this, with the commitment to the transformation. The last thing is the burden. Oh, this is so interesting, because this is a mental card, and this to me is like, okay, reality. You could get so caught up in the reality, realize there's so much more going on. If you just have your eyes just so focused on what's in front of you, it's super limiting. This card, I'm going to talk about this a little bit. My vibes speak louder than my words. This is another thing about reality. Your vibes, your vibrations that you give off. You know, you walk into a room, people receive information about you immediately. What kind of information are they receiving? It's really interesting, because this really goes along with the unseen thing. There's somebody that I know who's like really sweet to your face. Like really sweet and nice. And then not so much. Like, not so much the person. And you can feel it off of them, and yet it's confusing, because they're like really nice and sweet and bubbly, and you think like, what's this confusion here? Because you're appearing this way, and yet I feel this thing this way. Your vibes speak louder than your words. There's so much more beyond what we see. Notice those things, and you're not making it up. Whether it's not necessarily true for everybody, it might be some discord between like you and that person, for instance, in that situation, and realize, you know, we all have our perspectives, we all have our glasses, but unseen things are so real. Unseen things belong in reality, and this card just is reminding us, vibes speak louder than words. Vibes speak louder than what's showing up in front of us all the time. All right, from Sacred Power Reading Cards. I love this card. Angel assistance. Angels are coming in. They are supporting us, guiding us right now. And this is one of the cards that you pick a color, and it actually will give you what archangel you are connecting to based on the color. So notice, what color are you seeing? I'll post it up on Facebook, the Facebook Gaia Blooming Facebook page with the colors so you can see. I'm really seeing blue, lots of blue. Archangel Michael. Awesome. Angels ask you to spend time in meditation, focusing on sacred geometric symbols. There is Metatron's cube behind his head, if you're into sacred geometry. Focusing on sacred geometric symbols to enhance your intuition, connect to the collective consciousness, and expand your spiritual awareness. Connecting to the angels in this way provides a bridge to the higher unseen realms. So, I'll post this on Facebook. Nikki and I released our sign up for our our GPS workshop that we're doing in LA December 2nd. The times have changed. It's going to be 2 to 6. It's going to be in North Hollywood, I think. I forget. It's all the details. They're on. I posted it on the Facebook page. I'll post it below the video, but we would love to see you there. We're going to do a little full moon thing, GPS for 2018, year ahead, and then anybody who shows up, we are going to pull your chart and pull some cards for you and, see what shows up for you at this time. So if you love our GPSs together, we would love to have you there. So, with that being said, there is enough love in the world for you. The better it gets, the better it gets. Book a reading if you want to dive deeper into your personal chart, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.